yes, ladies and gentlemen, ARich, Akeem Richards, special edition, right? One on one. If you don't know me, if you don't know us, please get to know us by now. We are built in Buffalo, and I have a very special guest today. I am honored to be doing this and having this interview with this gentleman, and I'm not going to waste no time bringing him in.
How you doing, guys?
Yes, sir. Kingsley Jonathan, how you doing, brother?
Going, guys. Thank you guys for having me here.
Hey man, I appreciate you for joining me, man. I've been trying to do this for some time, and I'm glad we finally got together and do it on your bye week. So first of all, how are you doing and how are you feeling?
Good, man. Feeling good. Always blessed to be healthy. Being having the opportunity to do what I do. I'm feeling good.
That's good. That's good, man. That's good. And what are you doing on your bye week right now? Are you staying out of trouble? Are you working out? What's going on in your bye week?
Yeah, I went home, back home in North Carolina for a little bit. Got to hang out with family. Worked out a little bit. A lot of rest. Good food. And I'm
Yes,
back
sir.
up. You know.
Yes, sir. Now you went back home to North Carolina. Is that where you originally from? Let's get to know you a bit. Is that where you're originally from?
No, I'm born and raised in Nigeria, so I'm from Nigeria. Spent um, most of my life there till I was 16.
Nice,
Over to United States and lived with my host parents and my guardian parents here in North Carolina.
nice. Now, do me a favor. Pronounce your first name.
Yes, it's Chukwu Emeka.
Chukwuemeka.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. So where did the Kingsley come about? It was just okay. That's too difficult to say, so I'm just going to go ahead and convert to Kingsley. How did that work out?
No, that's Kingsley's my middle name, so it goes
Good.
Kingsley Jonathan. So people struggle a little bit with the first one, so I was like, oh, you know what, let's just slide down a little bit and just go. At least for my football and everything else. But my official documents, it still has my full name on there. But
Nice.
people call me.
Nice. Now you say now first of all, for everybody, if you're watching this on Facebook, give this a like, give this a share. If you're watching this on Twitter or X, give this a like, give this a repost. And last but not least, if you're watching on YouTube, if you haven't subscribed to the Built in Buffalo YouTube channel, please do so. But Kingsley, you said you came from Nigeria at the age of 16. So you was a late bloomer to football. Now, what age or when did you finally discover that said, hey, this is what I want to do. I want to go ahead and play football.
So it was I believe my second year here in the United States when I picked it up a little bit, played a little bit in North Carolina for a year, then played my senior year in Baltimore, Maryland, St. Francis Academy. I think
Yes,
that
sir.
was that was when I was like, okay, I think I do got a good knack for this. My senior year, I think I finished the season with 17 sacks. San Francis.
Yes, sir.
I had a few offers, but Syracuse was the school that stuck with me the longest, and so that's where I went. So it was like getting to learn the game, break the game down in high school, my senior year of high school, and like I just really fell in love with the process. Just like learning something new and like learning on the fly because I'm playing and I'm learning. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Correcting and after the games, sit down, watch myself, watch a lot of guys, study guys. It's just
When you said you watch a lot of guys, study guys, give me some names. Just don't say guys. What guys did you learn from and study?
I watched a lot of Cameron Wake, a lot of Von
Mm,
Miller,
mm,
Robert Quinn.
mm,
I watched a little bit of Cam Jordan. So it was just like videos and clips and
nice,
just
nice.
it down to the littlest detail. And I was blessed enough to have like a good coach in Syracuse to teach me from the bottom, like from the basic. Coach Steve Stannard, he's at Kansas State now.
Mm.
So
And who was he at the time in Syracuse?
He was our defensive ends coach at Syracuse.
Okay.
There, so he broke it down
Nice.
like it's like I was just first day of school for me, like getting into Syracuse. So I learned the basic, the rules, the techniques, the how you think about things, and just concepts and
Yeah.
just like things that most of the guys learned in middle school, high school playing football, and I'm just like getting to understand deeply, like in my first year of college. So it's just like
Yes.
I never took that opportunity for granted, and it was it was tough. Usually getting start playing college football at first. Going through
'Cause
fall. You
And
was
because I wanted to ask you, right? Because I'm glad you said it was tough, and I'm glad you mentioned a guy that really helped you along the way, your defensive ends coach. But during your tenure with Syracuse, you had two defensive coordinators, right?
yes, we did. We had to change it up. We started with like a 4-2 defense.
Mm-hmm.
Then we changed it to Coach White came in and we changed it to a 3-3. So I had a game weight. So I started out,
Mm-hmm.
played a lot of defensive end primarily, stayed outside my first
Mm-hmm.
2-3 years of college. Then
Mm-hmm.
Coach White came in and I had to gain, I
Gain
think,
weight.
20 pounds in that off season.
How
And
was that as a transition? Wasn't that crazy? That sounded kind of like AJ Epinesa and kind of like what he had to do coming to Buffalo. How was that for you?
I mean, it didn't take me. It wasn't too. I put on weight. I would say pretty good. Like
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't too stressful on my body. It wasn't something that my body couldn't handle. I wasn't as fast as I was when I was 245. When I was like 265, 270.
Mm-hmm.
But I could still move. I could still feel myself down in that. But that was a little bit. That took a
It
little
was
bit of
tough.
time. Yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
was during the off season, and that was during COVID. So we didn't get the workout before the season, really.
Mm-hmm.
So put on the weight in the off season. Didn't have the little fall camp, all that we had to get ready for the season. So
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that was a difficult transition. Do you think that transition was able to mold you in terms of being the player you are today and being able to adjust and making those type of schematic adjustments if need be? Do you think that molded you and helped you for today?
oh yeah, most definitely. Every single I've ever come across throughout this my football journey that
Mm-hmm.
put me in the position I am today. Just being able to understand different concepts. Like that's a three down defense, a totally different defense than when I'm used to.
Yes,
And
sir.
I learned that one, and I learned it, and I mastered it. So it's just like being able to open my mind to different things and expose different concepts. It's just I love it. I'm welcoming for it. I'm not gonna like okay, I don't want to start learning something new. No, like I
Mm-hmm.
welcome like new information, new challenges. I don't turn down things like that, and that shaped me mentally and like
Mm-hmm.
physically to like
Mm-hmm.
handle myself. Like
Mm-hmm.
right now I can go play, I can rush the passer from a three tech. I did that in Syracuse.
Yes.
So I love that opportunity. Like and
And
so
I commend you for that because especially during your time, I apologize, especially during your time when a new defensive coordinator is coming in and a young kid that is used to playing a certain way, especially in today's game, they're going to hit that transfer protocol. They're going to
yeah,
be like, you know what? This is not the type of defense. This is not what I play. Let me
yeah,
go ahead and hit that protocol and go over here. And I commend you for sticking that through and understanding like, hey, I'm open to new challenges. So I think that was really commendable on your part.
yeah. It's a challenge in today's college football uh,
Mm-hmm.
environment. Like it's so easy to find a different path and not people transfer for different reasons. I understand,
Mm-hmm.
but like if it's something as a challenge that you think you can go through and it'll make you a better person, stick around. You only can get better.
Most definitely, most definitely. Once again, ARich, Akeem Richings, one-on-one special guest, Kingsley Jonathan. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you're now tuning in, you'll catch us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. I see we got some people in the chat. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. If I could get some comments later, I will. But Kingsley, fast forward, right? 2022, 2022 draft weekend. It went and passed. You went unsigned, right? Talk about that experience. What ultimately ended your why ultimately you ended up signing with the Buffalo Bills? Was it because you was close to home? Did they say something to you that enticed you to go there? What was that process like?
Yeah, going the draft process was amazing. I was blessed to be able to have that opportunity to like show out some of where I can do for a few teams, and
Mm-hmm.
some of the teams I worked out with was like Buffalo. I went to Redskins. There was a Ravens, and just being able to have teams interested in showing, like being able to show what you can do to them was like I felt blessed to have that opportunity. And
Mm-hmm.
but it ultimately came down to like during the draft, I thought I was gonna get drafted. You know how that goes. So it's like
Right.
that's because I know, but I'm not gonna talk about it. Um, but I know. Okay,
So did you think so? Okay, I'm sorry. I know you don't want to talk about it, right? But did you have people in your ear going into that draft, going in like, okay, Kingsley, you're going to get drafted, or we have you slated to go to this particular round? Was there people in your ear that made you confident that it was possibility that you would get drafted?
no, they we had the the thought process was I was gonna be a late round pick to higher priority undrafted. So
Mm-hmm.
I was prepared for the possibility of going undrafted. So because I didn't feel like I had enough. I didn't put enough. Wish I had more opportunities to put enough of what I could do because played a lot of 4-eye compared to out in the edge. So
Mm-hmm.
I was prepared for that. Like I knew that was going to be a challenge. I was prepared for that. I was just ready for the opportunity to get in the door somewhere. It was the biggest thing with me. So
Right.
after the draft finished, I had a few calls from different teams, but I came to work out at Buffalo, and if they do what I like to, the defense as well. I love the defense.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta do is just get off the ball and figure it
Mm-hmm.
out as you go. So that's just what drew me to like, you know what, this is where I want to be. The
Mm-hmm.
coaches, the culture, walking
Mm-hmm.
around the facility, talking to it's just up until the staff, the to the cafeteria, everybody. It's just like the
Yeah.
attitude, the and the passion is different. So it's just like it was a no brainer decision. So I signed with the Bills after the draft, and I was just like never look back. So when I
Mm-hmm.
get in the door and show somebody what I can do and keep showing it, taking the opportunity I get.
Yeah, that's the main thing, like getting in the door and taking that opportunity. So going into that process, when if somebody was to ask you at that time or even right now to say, Kingsley, what type of player are we getting in you if you step into this building? What would you say or what do you say?
I am a high effort, attitude, big attitude, uh, pass rusher, run stopper,
Mm,
big locker room guy. I like to get everybody involved. Getting to know everybody from the offensive lineman and getting close to as many people as I can. I just love being around, people that want to get better, and it just we just rub off each other, and iron sharpens iron. It's just like
definitely.
the kind of I'm just put everything out. I'm just like I'm gonna put everything out of line every time, in practice and meetings and in the games. I'm gonna. That's the kind of person I am. Playing hurt, I would do all that for the team because it's
Mm.
big for me, and I'm just a piece of a puzzle that can be something really great.
Man, that's awesome to hear, man. That's awesome to hear because um, that's what Buffalo exemplifies. Being a part of that culture and buying in and helping and being that piece of the puzzle, whatever that piece is. That piece is still a part of the entire puzzle, no matter how big or how small that piece is. So, you going into your second year, right? And I hear a lot of young athletes in all the sports say, "Hey, the game has slowed down for me. The game has slowed down for me." Does that analogy apply to you as well from your first year going into your second year? And if so, in what way has the game slowed down for you?
I would say the big difference when people say that is that your first year, you figured it out on the fly. Like,
Mm,
you're in the building for the first time. You're having this for the first time. You have to handle family coming to the games for the first time. You have to handle your offs, like how to practice NFL, how to be an NFL athlete, how to practice like an NFL athlete, how to play like it, how to eat like it, how to sleep like it, how to work out like it,
hmm
Dodgers, all that. You have to juggle all that, just
hmm
figuring out all that all at once while you in the season. So that is what like overwhelms a lot of first year athletes, I feel like. And at the second year, yes, it did slow down. It has slowed down a lot because I have a lot of things in place. I have a lot of schedules that I follow for different things that I need. I get massages the same. I have like two massage, at least one massage a week at the same
hmm
every day. Get good sleep. I have something for my food. I know when to study. I know when to work out. When I'm working out. When I'm taking care of my body. I know
hmm
when I'm watching film, how much film I'm watching. I'm not watching too much at one time, just cutting it up and just keep watching like that. So just having all that mapped out for myself, I just in the up season coming into the season
hmm
helps slow everything down. So when you get out there and you have two, three things you want to focus on every day, like okay, the last few games, last few practice, I haven't been doing this well. So
hmm
but I'm gonna focus on the practice, I want to focus on the game going on. And just like that, just keep breaking it down and figuring it out like that. And it slows down. So
Definitely,
coming from
definitely.
first year, heat of the battle kind of moment, you figuring it out like it's like yeah, you're a new guy in the block. So
Especially undrafted new guy on the block, right?
especially undrafted. We had a lot of undrafted guys up in Buffalo that made
hmm
it through. So it's just like I got a lot of guys to talk to about it. You know what I'm saying? So
hmm
having that faith, okay, Buffalo gives people a chance. Like you see people that are undrafted playing. Like so,
hmm
I know
Right.
to give if you can ball, you can ball. You're gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? So that's just another
Mm.
opportunity to keep showing what I can do. Just um, taking it as it comes.
And and you might be onto something there with an undrafted player such as yourself, and maybe for future undrafted players, right? When they go through that process, they may be more keen to look to Buffalo because they may say that, hey, these guys, they give guys like us a chance, and they have success while doing it. So I think it's definitely something that can open up another door and another branch for the Buffalo Bills organization in terms of finding talent, because they're not afraid to dive in that pool to find the talent. So I think it's definitely something good. But um, I want to ask you, because you came, we talked about first year to second year, and I know the overall defense is the principles are the same or similar. But last year in 2022, the Buffalo Bills had defensive coordinator Leslie Frazier calling plays and manning the defense. I know you didn't make the initial roster, but you was on the team. You went through camp and you later came back, so you had a good familiarity of a Leslie Frazier defense. I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
And now this year, Sean McDermott is manning the defense and calling plays. Are there any differences that you see or can tell as a player from last year to this year, whether it's play calls or any stylistic differences, or maybe more man and zone or more conservativeness to aggressiveness? Is there any differences you can see from last year to this year?
Nothing like stands out at me.
Mm.
Both colors are awesome.
Yes, sir.
Both guys are legends of the game, and they understand that defense through and through. So um, whoever's at the helm, I trust with everything I go out there with. So
Nice.
there hasn't been any differences that stood out to me. I mean, everybody has their own way of doing things. The way Coach Frazier
Mm-hmm.
put things in or coaches us is different from where Coach McDermott coaches us. But that's just like personality differences, coaching differences. But in the scheme of things, nothing jumps out at me like, okay, this is different. And I would say both at the defensive coordinator spot has been, you know, ongoing learning process, game to game, and
Of
correct
course.
and like working on what cost us. It's just like keep ongoing correction and ongoing just kaizen, just keep getting better, learning from your mistakes, and both coaches have the same mentality, and that's how you build a really good defense towards the end of the season. You get better through the year, and you keep putting your best foot forward.
Yeah, you spoke about a guy. I forgot his name, but you spoke about the defensive end coach from Syracuse that really helped you and kind of mentored you along the way. Is there a guy like that you have within the Buffalo Bills defense now in terms of defensive coaches? Is there a guy, a specific guy that you lean to and say, hey, this is a guy that that really answers a lot of my questions and pushes me along the way?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Both defensive line coaches in our room, Coach Washington, Coach E,
Mm,
and Coach Marcus,
mm,
both know their stuff. Both of them know
mm,
the game. Um, I look up to both of them, especially Coach E standing up there and just
mm.
learning so much more than just football from Coach E is the biggest part of everything. Like he teaches. He's he wasn't he's a veteran, so
Yes,
he
sir.
brings to the table a whole lot more, and being able to absorb all this knowledge that he gives out every day, every meeting. It's not just football. No meeting that we just have is all football. We He passes on knowledge that as young men we appreciate, and I'm gonna pass on to my kids that I learned from him. Coach Marcus, anytime, oh hey, I need studying film, I need something comes up, I check Coach Marcus, hey, so what's going on here? What's going on? He already knows what's going on. He already knows where my mind is at, and
Mm,
having both those guys in our room is just like tremendous. Like I've learned more.
mm.
I've learned more in those 2 years than I mean, I haven't been playing for so long, but more in those 2 years than I've learned throughout my career. So it's um, just blessed to have both of them in the room.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Kingsley Jonathan in the building. ARich. Blessed to do this interview with Kingsley. We've been on for about 24 minutes or so. I'm gonna take a couple of questions in the comments. I'm gonna ask one more, and then I'm not gonna keep too much more of Kingsley's time. We're gonna get out of here. So, final question for me before I take a couple of questions in the comments. Right? What is tough loss to the Eagles last week, right? It was definitely a tough loss. How is the morale for the team? How's the confidence for the team 6-6 heading into the bye week, knowing what's up against y'all currently? How do y'all feel about the rest of the season?
Oh yeah, we're looking forward to the challenge. Uh, guys put it all out there. Like everything we had, we put it all out there, and it just didn't turn out the way we wanted. But we can't say we didn't do the best we can. But as always, we're learning. Learning from my mistakes, learning from missed opportunities, and we take it out. We've always taken it all season, all year, just one game after the other. We're focused on this next game and taking that fight to them, making the most out of this game, um, and 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 um, and um, and winning this next game so we can keep stacking them. But we're not looking 4 or 5 games down the line. We're looking at the next game, and it's just like of course, morale gets low and up when you lose. It fluctuates. But after we watch the film in the game, and our off day, Wednesday, we're coming in. We're like this. We're not less. We're not this. We're like this. Having that same attitude, the same approach we've had all season to attack in each game, because each game is different, and we need 100% of our focus and our attention to the game, and not being left behind in the previous game. So as soon as we turn the page in the game, we move on so we can give the next game all we got. We can't drag ourselves into the next game. We know what we're capable of. We've shown everybody what we're capable of, so just looking forward to the next game and making the most of our opportunities.
Most definitely. I like it a lot. Let me get a couple of questions in here from the comment section before we get out of here. First, my Bills and Buffalo compadre, Benjamin Soup. Out of Miami, New York, and New England, which game are the most intense or feel the most hype? So I guess which game... Are all the games the same, or was one more intense than the other? Which game was the most intense for you out of the three?
Out of those 3 games, we take the same approach to every game. But the Miami game, we went in there because they were just coming out of a 70-point win. We know we had to come in with our, and so. But we take guys that are the same going into every game. But we just had to pay a little more attention to making sure we get our dots, our I's, cross our T's in that Miami game. But it's the same approach every game. You just got to win those division games.
Most definitely. One more question. Lance. Bills and Buffalo, President Bills and Buffalo. How has McDermott helped shape you as an athlete and as a person?
With Coach McDermott, the biggest thing with him is understanding the defense. I can't tell you how many times he says that. Understand the game within the game. Like understand how a team is attacking you, and understand how to beat it. It's just opening my mind to just like. Before Buffalo Bills football, I was like, this is my job. That's all I'm looking at. That's all I'm doing. I don't know anything else going on around me. I'm locked. But that's good.
Yeah.
A 2-minute defense and you're locked in. That's good.
That's good.
But you have to understand the game within the game, or you have to understand how a team is playing to beat you. They know 1v1 across the board. They can't stop our pass rush, so they have to add tight end to chip. They have to shift the pockets. They have to do play action passes. They have to, screens to slow us down. So those things, we understand that, okay, that's part of the game playing, So it's just being more of a student of the game. He has challenged us to be more of a student of the game. Just learning, just keep learning from mistakes and improving. That's the biggest thing that stands out with Coach McDermott with me.
Man, that's awesome. One more question, and then we're going to get up out of here. From my boy Izzy. Who at DET do you vibe with on the field? I'll expand a little bit. Even anybody on the defense. Is there anybody on the defense that you look to on the field and you say, okay, this is the guy I talk to. We go over plays, or this is the guy I joke with, or this is the guy that I vibe with on or off the field? Who would be that guy?
I love all my guys, man.
Good answer.
Yeah, when we out on the field practicing, me, Greg, and AJ, we're like closer in age than like the rest of the guys. So, vibe more than some of the guys, but those are my guys, man. And at DT, I can play with. I love playing with any one of them beside me. So we all have understanding. I'm looking at Big Phil. Big Phil looking at me. I know what he wants. Knows what I'm looking at. He knows what I'm thinking about. Especially some of the guys that played together. First group, and they understand each other. They like it's just like building that camaraderie as the season has gone on. You know, Ed, you just understand how to kind of how he rushes and playing off of him, and or DQ, like he's like the master of a game. DQ on
Yeah.
the game within the game. He understands how to rush. He's the best D tackle in the league. You know, so just having all those guys around in the room, learning from them, and getting to practice with them and see how they work, and you can anticipate things. Tim Settle, I know he always has my back on there. He's like, hey, do what you got you. You know, so it's just having camaraderie, those guys building it. You know, dinners we do together, hanging out together at each other's places. You know, just those are my guys. You know.
Yeah, man. I like it a lot, and it's good to have that type of camaraderie with certain guys. But at the end of the day, you are a team, and you know you do build that brotherhood, and you do feed off and learn off each other. You feed with the guys that's around your age, and you can learn from the veterans that you have around you as well. So because of all of that, it definitely creates a brotherhood, man. And I personally appreciate you coming on and being a guest with me one-on-one today at Built in Buffalo, man. I appreciate the opportunity. I think that, first of all, you are a tremendous player, you know, where you came from and how hard you worked in your journey. I really admire. And I'm going to continue to personally follow you and root for you and know that you're going to continue to develop, because you have that personality and you have the IQ and you have the right mindset to be able to progress in this league. So once again, Kingsley, I appreciate you for the opportunity. And you know, when you become a Pro Bowl player, don't ignore my messages. I'm going to hit you up again, and I'm going to want Pro Bowl Kingsley on again so we can do it again, man. So once again, I appreciate you
for having me, man.
Yeah, man. Most definitely. Once again, appreciate everybody for tuning in. One-on-one with ARich, Akeem Richens. Special guest this afternoon, Kingsley Jonathan. I hope everybody enjoyed. And until next time, man. Kingsley, good luck next week. Go Bills. Big dubs against Kansas City in Arrowhead. Go Bills. Appreciate you, baby.
Go Bills.